The Return of Donald Trump, a comprehensive analysis of the global impacts of his 2025 administration. Donald Trump's return to the White House on January 20th, 2025, marks an extraordinary moment in American political history. The former president's reelection represents a rare instance of a U.S. president serving non consecutive terms, with broad implications for both domestic and international landscapes. As Trump assumes office once again, the world braces for changes across multiple dimensions: political, economic, social, and environmental. The domestic context, shifting priorities in the U.S. Before delving into global implications, it is essential to contextualize Trump's policy framework domestically, as his administration's decisions will ripple outward. Trump's first presidency, 2017 2021, was characterized by nationalist rhetoric, deregulation, and a focus on America first. His return in 2025 likely signals a continuation and intensification of these principles. Economic deregulation. One hallmark of Trump's presidency was a significant rollback of regulations in industries such as energy, finance, and manufacturing. In 2025, this trend is expected to deepen. For businesses, this deregulation could mean increased opportunities in fossil fuels, heavy industries, and real estate, sectors where Trump has historically demonstrated support. However, it also raises concerns about environmental degradation and sustainability, which could lead to heightened international criticism, especially from nations and organizations prioritizing green policies. Tax policies. Trump's return may also usher in a renewed push for tax reforms benefiting corporations and high income individuals. While this could boost short term economic activity, critics argue that it exacerbates income inequality, potentially stoking social unrest domestically and diminishing U.S. influence as a model of equitable governance globally. Polarization and civil discord. Trump's leadership style, marked by confrontational rhetoric and a focus on his political base, has historically deepened national divisions. As this polarization intensifies, it could affect America's soft power abroad. Allies may question the stability of the U.S. as a global leader, while adversaries might exploit domestic unrest to further their own agendas. Global business impacts. Economic realignments. Trump's policies will likely affect international markets and global trade relations in profound ways. His focus on economic nationalism suggests potential disruptions in trade agreements, supply chains, and global business practices. Trade wars and protectionism. During his first term, Trump waged economic battles with key partners, particularly China, imposing tariffs and renegotiating trade deals like NAFTA, now USMCA. In his 2025 term, a renewed focus on protectionism could intensify trade wars, affecting global businesses reliant on interconnected supply chains. U.S. China relations. Trump's administration will likely escalate economic decoupling with China, focusing on reducing dependency on Chinese goods and investments. This could push businesses to diversify supply chains, relocating manufacturing to Southeast Asia or Latin America. However, such transitions are costly and time-consuming, creating global economic uncertainty. European allies. Trump's criticisms of NATO and the European Union suggest potential strains in transatlantic relations. Trade negotiations with the EU could be marked by disputes over tariffs and regulatory standards, impacting industries ranging from automotive to agriculture. Energy markets. Trump's support for fossil fuels and skepticism toward renewable energy initiatives could disrupt global energy markets. His administration may withdraw the U.S. from international climate agreements, as he did with the Paris Accord in 2017, creating rifts with countries committed to green transitions. This shift could also embolden oil exporting nations, leading to volatility in energy prices. Tech and digital markets. Trump's focus on regulating big tech companies, coupled with national security concerns surrounding Chinese technology giants like Huawei, will have implications for the global digital economy. Businesses may face increased scrutiny and restrictions, particularly in areas such as artificial intelligence, telecommunications, and cybersecurity. Geopolitical dynamics. A shift toward unilateralism. The return of Trump heralds a potential shift in the global political order, with the U.S. prioritizing unilateralism over multilateral collaboration. This could redefine alliances, exacerbate tensions, and challenge the stability of international institutions. Erosion of multilateralism. Trump's first term was marked by skepticism toward multilateral organizations such as the United Nations, World Health Organization, WHO, and World Trade Organization, WTO. His 2025 administration may further undermine these institutions by reducing funding, withdrawing support, or leveraging U.S. power to reshape them in alignment with his interests. Impact on global governance. This approach could weaken the efficacy of global bodies in addressing challenges such as climate change, pandemics, and conflicts, leaving a vacuum for other nations, particularly China, to assert leadership. Geopolitical rivalries. Trump's focus on strengthening U.S. military capabilities and his transactional approach to alliances could intensify rivalries in key regions. Middle East. Trump's policies toward the Middle East have historically favored Israel and Gulf monarchies while sidelining Iran. A return to this strategy may exacerbate tensions, potentially destabilizing the region and affecting global energy supplies. Russia-Ukraine conflict. Trump's ambiguous stance on Russia raises questions about his administration's commitment to supporting Ukraine. A diminished U.S. role in this conflict could shift the balance of power in Europe, emboldening Russia while unsettling NATO allies. Global South and development aid. Trump's reduction of foreign aid during his first term was met with criticism for neglecting the Global South. In 2025, similar policies could hinder progress in developing nations, especially in areas such as health, education, and infrastructure. This approach may push these countries closer to alternative partners, particularly China, which has expanded its influence through initiatives like the Belt and Road Initiative. Environmental concerns and climate policy. Trump's return is likely to have significant implications for global climate policy. His administration's skepticism toward climate science and preference for fossil fuels could stall international efforts to combat global warming. Withdrawal from climate agreements. If Trump pulls the U.S. out of existing climate accords, it could hinder global progress on carbon reduction goals. This may lead to a lack of accountability among other nations, undermining international cooperation in combating climate change.